Okay, we're back and running, and sorry for the technical difficulties there. And we're about to be tied at 2 here as soon as he sinks this 8-ball. While we were down, Francisco was up, moving balls around, pocketing balls, and he's going to be left with a pretty thin cut on this ball. Not too bad, though.
No. Evening the score at 2-2 after he makes this 9-ball.
Tied at 2 and we're on break, or we're on serve, as you might say in tennis. On Cue Billiards, La Mesa, California. What a nice venue. Nice room. Being played on 20 tables. There was 128 players started out yesterday morning. We're down to the final 5. These two gentlemen here, Mitch Ellerman and Rami. You said it's Rami? He goes by Ramil Gallego.
Gallego, if you're
Gallego.
Filipino.
Okay.
You know, Oscar Dominguez, who is defending champion of the Swanee, he runs the Mez Tour. He's going to be here next week.
He'll be here next week.
The Mez Tour, another grand
It's a top tour.
Yeah,
it's a great event.
Tour at OnCue. Some of the best players around are going to be here again at OnCue next week.
They have a couple of stops yearly in Phoenix now at bullshooters.
Oh, right.
And I believe I was there for one of the stops. And I think they had 97 players or something like that in Phoenix. That's a huge following.
I know that. He
might have been over 100 actually.
He puts on a great event, no matter what.
He's up and he uses some little computer thing that
the
scoring the tablets, correct?
Tablets, the live scoring you can see anytime when somebody's playing. Yeah. He has somebody on tour actually design the software for those and the apps for those.
Oh, a nice shot from Brian coming around and coming down for that 2-ball. He's probably going to follow this 2 rails for shape. Oh, where do you play shape on the 3? The 4-ball's got the pocket blocked. He's going to settle for the bank, or is he going to come back to where he's at?
Sell for
safety
combo or safety.
Yeah, he doesn't have
carom
much.
It down to the 4 off the rail.
I'm surprised he didn't pocket that ball in the corner and take the bank in the side, unless it goes right by the 4. I can't tell that it does.
You can't tell from here.
No, looks like it does because that's where he's shooting.
Wow,
it does. It
wiped
does.
his feet on the way to the pocket, but it does.
Hey. Very, very nice shot. Very accurate shot. He used the rail to he slid it in off the rail to give himself more room to avoid any chance of contact with the 4-ball.
And he'll do that now. He'll spin under the 7, 2 rails to get shape. 1, 2 rails, just like that.
See,
do you come underneath the 8 in this case and then shoot up table?
A lot of people like to come all the way back down and shoot it right in the upper corner. Some players would come off the head rail and go to the left and shoot it straight down and follow down for the 9. This won't require this draw shot here. Had he shot it the other way and hit the head rail and gone to the left?
Yeah, he could have shot it.
Yeah, he'd have
a little more pure. But you know what? He says, I'll take a tougher shot on the 9. I've made it all day for all the marbles. I know where that goes. So
as you can see, he's giving it. He's respecting the shot. He's respecting the shot. He made it very well. Very nicely done.
That is 3-2 against Francisco.
Yeah, well, that's as most anyone has gotten against Francisco.
The closest anyone has gotten.
And again, Francisco's in an awkward situation. He hasn't trailed anyone yet. He's trailed him twice. Meanwhile, Mr. Ellerman and Mr. Gallego.
3. I see that.
5 to 4, 5 to 3. Oh, it's 5 to. It's 5 to 3, Mitch. Oh, they haven't moved a penny. I'm sorry. It's 5 to 4 on the scorecard.
It's better than those, who win a rack. They move the penny, rack the balls, come back, move a penny.
Yeah.
You get 2 moves in every rack. that way.
They're using a tally sheet similar to APAs where you circle the game as you win it. And that's where they're keeping score. They were keeping score on pennies on the table, but I looked over and I saw Mr. Gallego's penny on 3, but I was told 5-3, and 5-4, and so I was mistaken. They were right because on the scorecard it's 5-4. Meanwhile, Mr. Bustamante
that power break,
lost
but
the
he
cue
lost
ball.
the cue ball. Yes.
I don't think he's probably done that all tournament.
No, I haven't seen him lose the cue ball once.
He's got one of the best breaks. I truly enjoyed watching him this past summer during the U.S. Open 8-ball and 10-ball championships being held at Rio. And his break was one of the best on tour. Everybody I saw, wow, what a slam break he had. And that cue ball would stop about where it's at right now, in the middle of the table, and just stop right there. And he hit it, warp speed. But right there, he did something that he doesn't normally do, whatever it might have been, because his results weren't same as always.
The problem is that he's running the risk of running into the 6 now, unless he goes 3 rails up above the.
He's drawing
3
this.
ball.
Yeah, he's going right there. He's just going to draw this nice and soft, and same here. He probably just stopped the ball. I don't think he's going to run this ball. He could just stop it. No, he did more than stop it. He stroked it back to give himself a real nice angle to fall on the 5.
That's the correct shot to make, isn't it? To take, sorry.
Make, execute, or take. They all work.
As long as it goes in, right?
That's right.
Call it whatever you want to, as long as it goes in. Sometimes my accent gets in the way, so.
Yeah. Call it what you might, as long as it counts.
There you go. Once again, he plays pocket speed, so the ball may wipe its feet on the way into the pocket, but it goes in nonetheless.
Well, when you play pocket speed, what you're doing is actually widening the pockets. They might be 4 inches, but they're going to play almost like 6. Ooh, careful.
He overshot that.
Yes, he did.
A bit.
Yes, he did.
Now he has to put some speed on it to come to the left center rail in order to get shape.
He's going to draw and go to the side rail and over, just like that, and all the way up. And he's overshot that.
Once again,
he's
he
overshot that.
It or undershot it. He's on the 50-yard line with that 8-ball.
He'll just go
But
2
going
rails.
to the side, 2 rails out to the
Correct.
9. Nothing else you need to do about it. Perfectly done.
Nice speed, giving yourself a nice shot down the rail for the 9. Swashi, do you play much pool, or do you just take photos and? Nice shot, Brian.
Yeah, shouldn't call what I do play pool, but yes, I play. I play league mostly. I'm
Okay.
Other types of games. I play a lot of league. That means that bar box is sort of my game.
Okay.
I've always been a fan of the game. I've shot pool photography for magazines for many years. Today things have changed. A lot of people have iPhones with cameras, and there's sort of this death of printed media. No, maybe not death, but it's having a tough time. Advertisers are leaving, opting for online. And things have changed in the industry, so I don't go on as many tours as I used to. I don't go to as many stops as I used to. I don't go to as many hotels and casinos as I used to. People don't have budgets for that. Now, if it's in town and I'm around and I have my camera, I absolutely do that. My specialty is street photography.
Okay.
In fact, if you look me up at on Facebook, Ashi, A-S-H-I, Fatchler, F-A-C-H-L-E-R, street photographer, you'll see my work, or on Flickr, F-L-I-C-K-R, no E, flickr.com/Ashi. You'll see my photos.
Now, see, I didn't think that one little question was going to turn into an ad.
I am sorry. What are we if not promoters, right?
That's correct. That's correct. And you'll find in I have a sense of humor, and I try to get a laugh out of just about anything. 'Cause
Well,
that's what I enjoy doing.
Fantastic.
He's got a back cut on this one ball.
Yes.
And
is
actually, the
fine.
back cut's he
he's
might
looking-
break out to 7.
Yeah,
7-2.
I think he looked into that. Depending on how thin he cuts that one.
No, he did. He's going to go
Just
around.
go around 4 rails. Perfect.
Will he? Can he carry the 7-ball in off the 2?
From here, yes.
It looks like it.
I
Okay.
think it'll go clean and
Oh,
it'll
does
just
it?
come down. Yeah, doesn't need to see. Come down
From
to
the
that
angle,
table.
I thought that ball was hooked on the 7. He was going to have to make the 7 with the cue ball.
We have to apologize to you guys. We're sitting at a certain location relative to the TV table, and we have a monitor in which we can see some of the shots, but the angles may be deceiving at times. There are certain angles that we just can't see, and we apologize if sometimes we get the call wrong.
Well, the monitor we're looking at, and it's the same thing you're looking at at your screen, but we're sitting at
a different angle.
at a much different angle. We're sitting behind the lower right-hand corner pocket, and we're about 15 feet back.
Right. Brett just took a look at that 5 to see exactly if and where that 5-ball passes the 8 into the pocket.
And in so doing, he got himself perfect position to go to wherever he needs to go to execute the 5-ball.
Happen. Yes,
make it
indeed.
happen.
Just like that.
And now, his only problem here is he's
apparently
left-handed and he has to come around.
So apparently, though, it does go past the 8.
Or into the 8.
Into the 8.
It looks like it on the screen.
No,
it looks like
happy.
it might go.
See,
No,
he's taking his time, maybe because he's left-handed and he
he's
doesn't
going to have to
shoot with
use the bridge.
Yeah.
It's not so much a tall left-hander could reach this. A 5'7" left-hander.
Brian has many talents. Being tall is not his
forte.
Well, you do what you. That's what you got.
He's about an inch shorter than I am, so I know his challenges. Some people call it vertically challenged.
They call it bridge needing, and just the fact that he used the bridge now caused him to miss that shot.
Did he try? He tried to make the 5 instead of going for the combo.
Yes, he definitely.
I'm surprised.
I thought the 5 goes, but he had to cheat the pocket, and he shot it low with a bit of speed because of the bridge, and that caused it to just spit out of the pocket.
Well, will he bank this or play safe?
I think he banks it. He's been banking all week long and not missing a
Francisco
single one.
likes to bank shots, especially to the side pocket.
Yeah, right there. See, he has not missed
Oh,
a bank shot yet.
I'll tell you, players that play bank pool love that shot. It's like being straight in, 6 inches out of the pocket.
And he just did fantastic in bank pool at Derby City.
Correct,
Yeah.
correct, and that's why I pretty much led into that. Perfect. He did it. He'd like to come out a little bit further than this, but he'll live with this. The only thing he has to do here is be sure not to open up this angle to come close to that side pocket on the right, because the angle leads right at that pocket.
He'll try and spin
He'll
it.
spin the ball.
Center rail, and come out to the center of the long rail for that 9-ball. Center rail.
He's going to hit the 9.
Oh, that works too.
Right into a perfect position.
And I think that Brian just said you can have it.
We all know that whenever you do something like that and run into the 9, it doesn't have to end up in nice position. Because when you're bumping balls, bad things can happen.
Mike Siegel.
Mike Siegel?
I'm tired. Mike Siegel said, never run into balls unless you have to.
Correct. Meanwhile, back at the ranch over here, where are we at with Mitch's?
4-3.
4-3?
Oh, Mitch. No, you're talking Mitch.
No, we were 5-3, 5-4 a little bit ago.
Well, according to the score sheet, it's 6-5.
Mitch?
Yes.
So Mitch is on the hill. He's played a decent safety, but it could bite him. Ramil might take this cue ball right at the 9-ball. Be a great shot. Too bad we can't show it to you.
Sorry, we don't have a camera
Yeah,
on the
it'd be a nice shot to
other
see.
table, but there's a bank available for Ramil to kick that 9-ball straight in the pocket.
Bank or billiard?
Yep. meantime, back on our shot.
And there's
Francisco to
also
break. This is the first time I see him breaking on the right-hand side, and that might be because he lost the cue ball last time. It's possible that because he didn't make the one, because he scratched, he said,
correct.
I'm going to change sides on
Didn't
this
change
table.
Now see, he's been breaking apparently fantastic the entire tournament, and because of one error, he's changing.
Pool players tend to be creatures of habit and superstition. And
I guess,
if
yeah.
something is off, then they will change whatever it is that they perceive to help the game, and pros are not immune to that. He opted to come underneath the 2 rather than risk coming above it and running into that 5 or the center pocket. Now all he has to do is hit it relatively low, and he floats the cue ball out to the 3 ball on the other side of the rail.
Kind of like that.
Just like that.
Mm-hmm. Nice and simple. Little.
Now you draw here, right?
Either way. Either way. And the reason you draw here is because if you come forward, you might run into the 9. And he didn't like that.
No,
he didn't do a good job there.
What he wanted.
He did not know. He wanted to come up just a little bit. Mitch Ellerman, Mellon just won.
Just won, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
7-5.
So it'll be Mitch Ellerman and Oscar Dominguez meeting each other.
I actually met Mitch here at one of the Swanees in Hollywood Billiards.
He won in 2009 here.
Yes, that's not here. It was in LA, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the Swanee.
Yes, sir.
And I think 2 years or 3 years later, he came in second, lost in the finals to Alex Pagulayan.
Right there, another amazing bank into the side pocket. But now Francisco is faced with that awkward angle. He can make it. He's looking at the line, but he doesn't like what's going to happen afterwards.
He's actually okay. This ball, it looks like it's above, and he can follow the ball, not scratch, but he might be drawn all the way around. No, he's following up. He's following up. Yep, just like that. He was in good shape. He just didn't care for it.
Yes, I love it when the pros hum and huff and they're upset with their shot, and it's a perfect position for them.
They hum and huff because they don't want to shoot it because they're staring right at that pocket, and they figure they can beat it, but they also know that if they cue it just a little low, they can go right into that pocket.
Luckily for Brian, he is left-handed, which makes the shot a little bit easier for him. Still didn't
He's left
come
himself.
up where
He left himself rather long.
You know, it could be with the way his tip went through the ball right at the moment.
It never came down.
Yes, it never came down. It went up and stopped the forward motion of that cue ball.
And he had that long bridge, so exactly. Great point. Now it's just a matter of making this and stopping the cue ball right there.
Just like
he did better than that. He stroked to center, dead center English, and just fell forward a hair and a half to get almost straight in on this 9 ball. In fact, he'd rather be where he's at than straight in. It allows him to stroke this ball a little better and follow. Because he was on the rail, so that's all he could do.
This puts him up at 5-3 against Francisco Bustamante.
Oh, I about fell off my chair.
I
started sliding forward.
Yay! Boink.
And I left the tequila in my room.
Haha.
Well, we have Brian Parks leading Francisco Bustamante 5-3. And as you can see, Fargo rate still favors Francisco Bustamante by 8%. In other words, they've played 100 games, 100 sets. They're 8 games apart. They're 8 sets apart. He may win 46 compared to Francisco's 56. Did you turn us off? Are we still on?
No, we're still on.
Okay.
Yeah, we just wanted to.
He's just advertising the 2017 U.S. Open Straight Pool Championships, April 10th to the 14th in Windsor Locks, Connecticut. CSI will put that on. It's limited to 40 players. In July this year, you'll have the 41st BCAPL National Championships at the Rio All Suites and Hotel in Las Vegas, Nevada. the same time, the 17th through the 19th, you'll have the U.S. Open 10-ball championships at Griff's on
An
South
amazing
Decatur.
room in Las Vegas.
I haven't been there yet. I wanted to get there. I still haven't gone. I might have to take a weekend and head up to Las Vegas and go see Mark.
Absolutely.
But that'll be the U.S. Open 10-ball championships. The 8-ball championships will be at the very end of the national championships, the 29th through the 31st of July. A ton of money will be added. I think each one is $10,000 added. Is it limited to so many players? Is it 64 players?
I don't know. We could ask Mark.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't think
actually.
it's limited.
Yes, I don't know.
U.S. Bar Table Championships, 24th annual, also in Las Vegas, December 10th through the 16th.
www.playcsi.com/2017-USBTC.
Yeah. And that will be at Westgate, Las Vegas Resort
Former
and
Hilton,
Casino.
right? That used to be the
I
Hilton
really don't know.
Westgate.
I haven't been there. They had him there last year too, I believe.
Those are played on diamond bar tables or 7-foot tables with the Cyclops balls.
Cyclops balls, correct. Yeah, they actually, I was going to do the commentary for that, but I had just scheduled a trip to San Francisco to see my daughter, and the day I bought the day after I bought the tickets, I got a call from Mark and asked if I could fill in for one of the commentators.
Oh man,
Missed out on it. It'd have been fun.
could be fun.
Yep. And pretty soon we'll have Mitch Ellerman and Oscar Dominguez doing battle. And then the winner of that match will meet the loser of the match you are watching.
And the reason the chatter just went up here in the pool room is, first of all, we have a couple of players that are woofing at each other, trying to get a money game going. And on top of that, the Mitch Elman and Ramil Gallego match ended, so the attention is again going back to our table here, the TV table, the streaming table.
And Francisco has stepped away from the table, so I believe it's Brian's break.
In fact, I will too. I will be right back.
Okay. I'll keep you guys entertained. Steve won't say a word. Our technical director over here, he's snoring in the chair over here. Not really. He just doesn't like to speak up. Here's Francisco back in the arena. And here comes Brian with the break, leading 5-3 against Francisco Dominguez. 1, 2, 3, 7. If Brian gets to 7, he's won more games than all the players combined in his past 7 matches. How's that? Cue ball. Okay. Ball went in. 2 balls went in. Straight in on the 1 ball. Oh my, what a road map this is. What a road map he has right here. What a nice break. If you could break like that all the time, I bet your run-out percentages would be somewhere in the 80s or 85, 90%. It'd be so high. Astronomically high. Because once you get on this 2 ball in a good place, the rest come very easy. They just line up for each other. 7 balls in the jaws. A small draw here. Get you straight in on the 4. Stop shot on the 5. He just slowed himself down, which was very, very good. The worst thing you can do here is relax because you think you have a connect the dot run out and then error.
You know, from watching Brian play over the years, he seems to have some very good basic mechanics. He always goes back to basics if he needs to. If he overshot a shot, he'll go back to basics on the next one. Nothing fancy. You know how a lot of times when we see top-level players playing, there's nothing fancy, no flair to the shots. They just make it again and again and again repeatedly.
Well, you know, the mark of a good player is making good shots. The mark of a great player is making very many easy shots in a row. And this won't be as easy as you'd like it to be.
No,
he overshot a little bit, but it's still not difficult. He's okay.
2 rails out to that 9 ball, but he didn't want that. Although for left-handed player,
and there you go. There's
you leave yourself a bit of an off angle, a bit of a distance, and you end up
well,
with an error.
It wasn't the distance that got him there. It was the stretch reaching the ball.
You think he should have used the rest on that?
And the error was actually made when he shot the 7. He came too far off the rail.
Do you think you should have used the rest on that last shot?
No, I think he... Oh, look at this. It's not going to work. Oh, it did work for him.
And Francisco gives up that game.
Well, this puts Brian at 6 games to 3.
In a race to 8?
So he needs 2. So he's going to be guaranteed to break at least twice. To
remind you, this is an alternate break format.
And so being able to break twice means you control your own destiny here.
How the tables have turned. At this point, Francisco has 33% to win.
Still has a chance.
According to Fargo Ray. He has a chance, of course. We're talking about Francisco Bustamante. However, we started this match with Francisco having decidedly advantage in the Fargo Ray breaking.
Correct.
Now, not so much.
And look at this. Wow. He just lost the cue ball again.
See, this is the second time
Same
this
pocket.
whole week that he's lost. Same pocket. Second time that he lost the control of the cue ball.
Back to the Fargo point you were making on the 33%. Think of it this way. Had he broken and run out there, the score is 4-6. Brian breaks dry, and he takes advantage. He capitalizes. The score is 5-6. Then Francisco breaks and runs out. We're tied at 6. So that's why he's still got a good chance, a good percentage to win. It's alternate break format allows the players back to the table, but if you don't make a ball in the break and don't control the rack, right away you're going to find yourself. It's a 3 games difference.
Francisco is sitting in the corner and stewing over that break.
Oh, he's disgusted.
He is.
He's disgusted. What's been easy going all weekend long has now gotten a little bit humbling.
It's interesting that the one to do it is
Brian.
Brian.
Out of a list of the greats he's played. And held him to 1 game. I don't know who it was who got 3 games against him, but he beat Oscar Dominguez 8-1.
You know what I like about Swanee relative to other tournaments that I saw is that it seems to be that sometimes tournaments such as the Swanee, top names come up against other top names and eliminate themselves, letting some of the unknown, relatively unknown, I should say, and come up through the ranks. I'm not talking about Brian necessarily.
Right, no, I understand. I totally understand. But by the same token, I'm also going to say that Brian has beat some good players.
Yes.
You know?
Brian is capable of doing so.
Yeah.
As is, of course, his Fargo rate says that.
Oh, correct. Once you're at 700, you can play with anybody.
Yeah.
The short race in a tournament, you can play with anybody. Because everybody catches a gear, everybody can make a mistake, and things can go your way, and he is now on the hill.
He's on the hill.
And breaking.
Bustamante, breaking.
Which means at 7-3, he'll break now. He'll get almost 4. Is it 4 breaks?
Yes.
Yeah, he'll get 4 breaks total to be able to get that 1 game that he needs.
He's 88 to 12% favorite to win this match.
And on the table behind us, Mitch Elderman and Oscar Dominguez are battling it out. They just got started on their match, and we got quite a crowd watching that match too.
And right now,
because they can see both tables from where they're standing.
Mitch has 1-0
already.
Yes,
that didn't take any time at all.
But Oscar is quick to close the gap to 1-1.
I'll tell you, these guys have battled out quite a bit, and Mitch has a good record against Oscar. It's pretty even. If he not, he has a very good record against Oscar. So they play each other well.
LA, right? Is it LA that they play at? I mean, I think that's what
they played in different places. They played on the Mist. I'm not sure exactly. I just know that they've played many times, and Mitch has nothing to be ashamed of in his record against Oscar. Nothing at all.
And he had success. Both had success here in the Swanee.
Correct. Correct. Yeah, you look at that. If you look at the Swanee plaque, there's 20 little plaques with the first, second, third entrance or finishers.
Winning,
and Mitch's name is on there twice, first place and second place,
and Oscar.
2 years apart. Oscar's all over the place there. He's like 4 or 5 times. He's won. He's come in second. He's come in third. Quite a few times.
Sorry, Brian just hit it short.
He's
ran
okay.
into the 8. He didn't want to because he's a left-handed player. Now he needs the bridge.
Correct.
See, he wanted to come underneath that 8.
He just wanted to get by the 8. Correct.
Get by it, and that would have given him a perfect shot on the 3.
He's got it. He'll come over. Well, the problem is,
It's not a
if he
gimme.
comes to the left side, he has to come beneath the 6 or just come to the side pocket so that you can see it between the 6 and the 9 for that window there.
And if you shoot it to the
If
right
he shoots
side,
to the right,
that's
the
center
4 balls
pocket, yeah,
and the
four ball.
spinning the ball with the bridge.
Both make it a little bit tougher. What
Exactly.
makes it, what helps him here is the distance between the 2 and the rail. Now he's coming to the left. He's up.
He's going to hit.
straight down.
He's coming.
Just hit the 6. Very nicely done.
He came all the way down. So will he play safe here, or will he go for it?
I think he's playing
He-
aggressive. He goes for it, clips the 9 if he has to. If not, misses it and comes
Oh, you think
up
he'll
with
cut
the-
it?
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
thinking. I
cutting
was
it,
thinking he might bank it, but he's cutting
no,
it.
he's cutting it. That's
He's
why I
going
said
for it. Yeah.
hit the 9. Sure. He's taking another look at it.
Well, I actually like the bank here and stopping the cue
Right.
ball right there like a 2-way.
Right. Well, remember,
With speed.
he's thinking, I know who I'm playing. And
Mhm.
sometimes that gets into a player's mind.
Mm-hmm.
No, he's cutting it perfect. Willing it to stop before
Oh,
it
he got.
hits them.
Oh, he didn't.
No,
He can play it in the corner,
you know,
right?
yes, I think he sees
Mhm.
it in the corner. I mean, he didn't like it at first. At first, it looked like he got stopped behind it, but no, he can make it. Stop the cue ball. Up table. Take a longer shot on that 6 if he has to. Just like that. From here, I can't tell if he's straight in. I think he has just a slight angle. Well, it's still hard to tell even though we changed, but he'll move to that 7 in order to make the 7 up table. This is almost it. Look, George,
He's
if
on the hill.
Yeah, if he makes that
A good
7,
shot here,
Yeah, good shot here. It gives him that out. That
and a
he
good shot
needed.
is there. Cue ball's
Listen.
perfect.
Listen to the crowd erupt if and when he beats Bustamante.
Oh, it'll
I
go
mean,
up.
Oh, wow.
We got a good crowd here too,
Yes, we do.
and it's gonna. Oh, he's gonna be perfect.
Francisco says to him, yeah, you can shoot that. He gave it to him. That's it.
Brian Parks in the hot seat. Finals coming up soon. As soon as, well, we got the match between Mitch and
Oscar.
Okay, we're back and running, and sorry for the technical difficulties there. And we're about to be tied at 2 here as soon as he sinks this 8 ball. While we were down, Francisco was up, moving balls around, pocketing balls, and he's going to be left with a pretty thin cut on this ball. Not too bad, though.
No. Evening the score at 2-2
Mhm.
after he makes this 9 ball.
Tied at 2, and we're on break, or we're on serve, as you might say in tennis.
Mm-hmm.
On Cue Billiards, La Mesa,
La Mesa,
California. What a
California.
nice venue. Nice room. Being played on 20 tables. There was 128 players started out yesterday morning. We're down to the final 5. These 2 gentlemen here, Mitch Gentleman and Rami. You said it's Rami? He goes by Ramil Gallego.
Gallego, if you're
Gallego.
Filipino.
Okay.
You know, Oscar Dominguez, who is defending champion of the Swanee, he runs the Mez Tour. He's going to be
Correct.
here next week.
He'll be here next
with
week.
the Mez Tour, another grand
It's a top
event.
tour.
Yeah,
It's a
top
great event.
tour at OnCue. Some best players around are going to be here again at OnCue next week.
They have a couple of stops yearly in Phoenix now at bullshooters.
Oh, right.
And I believe I was there for one of the stops. And I think they had 97 players or something like that in Phoenix.
Yeah.
That's a huge
I know
following.
that. I know that. He
Might have
puts
been over
on
100 actually.
He puts on a great event, no matter what.
Mm-hmm. He's up and he uses some little computer thing that way and hit the head rail and gone to the left.
Yeah, he could have shot it.
Yeah, he'd
a
have
little more pure. But
right.
you know what? He says,
Settle
I'll take a tougher shot on the 9. I've made it all day for all the marbles. I know where that goes. So
as you can see, he's giving it.
Yeah,
He's respecting the shot. He's
taking a
respecting the
moment.
shot. He made it very well. Very nicely done.
That is 3-2 against Francisco.
Yeah, well, that's as
Bustamante.
most anyone has gotten against Francisco.
The closest anyone has gotten.
And
against
again,
Francisco.
Francisco's in an awkward situation. He hasn't trailed anyone yet. He's trailed him twice. Meanwhile, Mr. Ellerman and Mr. Gallego,
3. I see that.
5 to 4, 5 to 3. Oh, it's 5 to 3, Mitch.
The tablets,
scoring, the tablets,
the
correct.
tablets,
Mhm.
the live scoring, you can see anytime when
Right,
somebody's
right.
playing. Yeah, he has somebody on tour actually designed the software for those and the apps for those.
Oh, nice shot from Brian
Yeah.
coming around and coming down for that 2 ball. He's probably going to follow this 2 rails for shape. Oh, where do you play shape on the 3? The 4 ball's got the pocket blocked. He's going to settle for the bank, or is he going to come back to where he's at?
Sell for
Safety?
combo or safety.
Yeah, he
he
doesn't
might
have
carry
much.
it down to the 4 off the rail.
I'm surprised he didn't pocket that ball in the corner and take the bank in the side. Unless it goes right by the 4. I can't tell that it does.
We can't tell from here.
No. Looks like it does because that's where he's shooting.
Wow.
It does. It
Wiped
does.
its feet on the way to the pocket,
Oh,
but it does.
hey. Very, very nice shot. Very accurate shot. He used the rail to he slid it in off the rail to give himself more room to avoid any chance of contact with the 4 ball.
And he'll do that now. He'll spin under the 7, 2 rails to get shape. 1, 2 rails, just like that.
See,
Do you come underneath the 8 in this case and then shoot up table? Or do you
a
wanna
lot of
try and
people like to
force
come
it?
all the way back down and shoot it right in the upper corner. Some players would come off the head rail and go to the left and shoot it straight down and follow down for the 9. This won't require this draw shot here. Had he shot it the other way,